All right, let's get this started. Hello, how's it going? Today I'm continuing work on my series, Homesick Adventures, JRPGs, animation, anime, parody, blah, 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 blah. Last time I was, last few times, I've been working on the environment backdrops, and I've been sort of building 3D environments, as you can see right here. This is the one we left off on last time, sort of a cave scene. If I render it out, kind of looks like this. No textures yet. That's coming soon. Don't worry. Between this time and last time, which was less than 24 hours, I did a few things. Actually, I did almost nothing. I don't know why I lied. Between last stream yesterday afternoon and this morning, I did some work on updating the Patreon. I still don't think it's worth subscribing to yet, but if you are so inclined, you'll get access to a private Discord server that I created some time ago. So still don't feel like you have to, but if you want to, that's much appreciated. The other thing that happened was during the stream, we got enough we got enough channel points to redeem the I Want to Play a Game tier, which is super awesome. I'm looking forward to having another day off at some point in the future. I am starting to realize I really need to set these limits a little higher. But anyway, so the plan as of right now is, as I'm doing some... so I'm going to be working on the backdrops. That's going to be my primary goal for today and tomorrow and the next day. But later this afternoon, I'm going to redeem the work-life balance challenge that I put on Twitch specifically. So I'm going to be doing a Twitch stream later this afternoon, probably around 3 or 4 p.m. PST. And the idea is it's just going to be hanging out, chilling, shooting the shit, having a drink, and surfing the web. Maybe play a Flash game or something. But yeah, that is redeeming that reward, and redeeming the reward for the other challenge, which was the I Want to Play a Game. That'll come. I'm leaning towards next week, next Friday. Maybe that'll just be my thing where I redeem these and I do them as a Friday evening stream or something like that. I haven't really decided yet, but that's the plan as of right now. I'm additionally going to be putting a poll somewhere, somehow, trying to figure out what game to play during that. Just for clarity, the I Want to Play a Game, if it's not very obvious, it's a stream where instead of me doing my usual work on my series, I'm actually going to be doing some particular challenge. And in this case, it's going to be, or not challenge, we're going to do a different themed stream, I should say. And in this case, it's going to be playing a game. So we'll play some game for a few hours. I don't know. I might try something I've never played before. I might try something multiplayer with the community or something. I don't know. I've got a week to figure it out, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, back to today. Again, the focus for today is working more on some of these backgrounds. Oh, I didn't even... this is all visible in the previous VOD, but basically what it is a staircase scene where if we turn off certain layers and then render them, it's essentially the same layout, but with different themes. The last one was cave. This one's magic. Uh-oh. Oof. Don't do that to me, Blender. Oh my god, that's scary. And this one is, you probably guess, sci-fi, and you can barely see it. But yeah, that's what we worked on last time. So if I go to my handy dandy list of environments, we could see that we got the pizza restaurant. These are the 3 rooms I just showed you. The Ark of the Covenant one I showed off last time. So the rest of these are all the environments that have to be completed, and they are listed in various order in order. Sorry, they're not listed in any particular order, but I'm going to go through them in order of priority and in order of difficulty. So every time I start the stream, I hear the dog walking around and it makes me nervous. But anyway, so back to the list. What we're going to work on today, I'm trying to decide. So these are minor. These are like, this is essentially just a montage. I probably don't really need to work on that. The cliffs vertical, that's going to be super easy. If I do that today, it'll be last. And let's see, mountain path to the college, whale works exterior. These 2 are very, very, very important. The library is also very important. This is less important. So I'll probably start in the middle. I don't know why I have library as started. I haven't started that. Maybe because I built some of the book assets in the magical scene. You see, I got shelves with books and such. So maybe I meant like, oh, I'm gonna reuse some of this. I don't know. But at any rate, I think my priority should be these 2 because these are scenes that absolutely have to be here and absolutely cannot be cut. So I'm going to focus on these 2. I'm going to quit flapping my gums. Well, in regards to preparations anyway. I will definitely still be talking this whole time. I never stop. But I am going to shut up and put on some music. I had somebody come in the chat yesterday and suggest some different playlists. So I'm going to try using some of this new music and hope to God that I don't get spanked by copyright. So fingers crossed, hold on to your butts. Hitting play. Checking levels. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2. That seems okay for now. I may have to turn that down at some point. I'll turn it down on my end because it's actually a little loud for me. Yeah, it's a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna stop nitpicking the sound effects. Let's actually get to work. So, and of course now I have a text. Oh, never mind. That's an old text. So I said the mountain path and what now? The mountain path and the Whaleworks exterior. When I say Whaleworks, it's the name of the warehouse that I already built out. I don't know if I want that in the same file. Oh, no, there's already a separate file that is now missing. Wonderful. Warehouse. Did I delete it? Did I rename it? Uh-oh. Why is... I'm a little confused. Where... So I don't have the warehouse anymore. I must have deleted it. I don't remember doing that. But seeing as how I streamed this whole process, I'm sure I can go back through the VODs and be like, oh yeah, there's where I did it, and here's why I did it. And just because there's a reason doesn't mean it's it was the right move. So I guess let's work on the mountain path. Do I even have one for that? Mountain cliffs. Is that what that means? I can't remember what this was supposed to be. Here, let me look at my list again. Mountain path to college, cliffs vertical. I really should have matched the naming conventions. Oh, cliffs climbing. There's cliffs climbing and then mountain cliffs. So this must be the one I'm thinking of. Is it here? No. save it. Oh, this is what it is. Oh. Uh-oh. That's concerning. Well, let's open it up and take a look. This is literally just an environment or a mountain that I exported from World Machine. I'm not sure this is gonna work. It's pretty, well, it's not that dense, but building a path on this is gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. Let me think this through for a minute. It's not on any sort of grid or any kind of reasonable alignment. Let me look at my storyboards. That'd be way back. Maybe like around here. Oh, actually, it's exactly here. Nice. Yeah, like this stuff. Oops. So they're walking. They go round a cliff. So here's the path and here's the side of the cliff. They go around and then they see a winding path up to the college. I feel like that big mountain that we were just looking at in Blender, this is more conducive to I guess a backdrop asset. It's pretty dense for a backdrop asset, but like I don't really want to try to position. Well, maybe I can. What I need to do is, besides replacing this horrendous texture, I also need to put a path on it. Let me try something before I completely dismiss this. Sculpt mode, and I want maybe a clay brush. Clay strips. Why is it transparent? The fact that it's transparent is wait a minute, everything's transparent. What's going on? Oh, X-ray mode was on for some reason. Anyway. So if this is a whole mountain, it will be pretty small. The path. I don't know. I might have to increase the resolution of this. That looks okay, but I don't know, man. And this topology is like super squirrely. Is there a way to quickly re-topologize this? I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I might just create a new scene, but I want to at least give it a fair shake. So let's Oops. Operation effect. Maybe this is what I want. I want to try to see if there's a way to... Oh, remesh might be what I want. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've never used this tool before, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. So 2 meters is the max. Basically just recreating it with... Okay, so that's not what I want. I'm trying to rebuild the topology so it's a little less random. Remesh was the one I just did. Maybe... No, I don't think this is what I want. Hold on. No, this isn't what I want either. Oh, go to my old handy dandy DuckDuckGo and see if anybody's figured this out for me. To apologize in Blender. If there isn't a simple answer, I'm just gonna move on. In less than 6 minutes. Pause music.
Retopology is the process of rebuilding or restructuring the geometry of a 3D object. For certain use cases like texturing, shading, or rigging, good topology is not only a time saver, but in some cases necessary to get a good end result. Here's a simple example. After you're done sculpting your super detailed character with dynamic topology, you want to animate it. So you build a rig or skeleton for the character and apply it to the geometry of the model. You can move the character, but you encounter a problem. When you move the bones of the rig, it's super slow and laggy, which makes it almost impossible to work with. Because of the high density of the model, Blender can't move so many vertices at the same time in real time, so it starts to lag. By retopologizing, you can keep the amount of detail your character has, and on top of that, you can not only apply the rig to your character more easily, but you can also move and animate it in real time.
Alright, thank you, Nagi on YouTube, but I saw multi-res in the thing, so that might be what I'm looking for. Okay. Music back on. Just needed a simple answer, thank you. I know what retopology is. Did that not play? Oh, there it goes. Okay. 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 How does this tool work? Subdivide and a little subdivision. Unsubdivide. Interesting. Well, wait, what does that say? Shape with higher levels of subdivisions. Rebuild subdivisions, advanced. I'm just trying to... I'm not trying to add more resolution. I'm trying to clean up the flow of the polygons. Copy vertex coordinates from other object. No. A new level of subdivision. I would have to smooth it down. And I really... Hold on. Okay, let me stop being arrogant and let me see what he has to say. Let's be fair to Nagi.
Time without any hiccups. In most cases, retopology is not necessarily a vital step, but rather a technique to make the rest of the workflow way easier and faster. There are 3 ways that I know how to retopologize a 3D model: manual retopology, automatic retopology, and reusing old geometry from a different model. Manual retopology means you create the retopologized model by yourself using the good old modeling tools. Automatic retopology means you let a program, plugin, or function retopologize the model for you after setting up the parameters to get the best result possible. And last but not least, you can reuse old geometry from a retopologized model and reuse it for the new model. There are certain plugins like SoftWrap that allow you to do this, although it might be possible to do that without plugins as well. This video will only cover how to retopologize manually, because if you want to use the other techniques, I highly recommend doing it manually.
Okay. Yeah. That's not going to work. I'm not going to do that. Thank you, Nagi, but yeah, no. I'm not manually retopologizing this whole thing. And it sounds like there may not be an out-of-the-box solution that explains why that wasn't giving me what I was looking for. I'm definitely not installing a plugin. Skin. Add a procedural operation to create a solid shape from vertices and edges using the vertex radius of the. I'm just gonna do it and see what it does. What it does is it crashes Blender. Music back on. This is not looking good. Why is this taking so long? So it's looking like this is not going to work. So how am I going to do this? I can just use this as a backdrop that I can place a scene in. Yeah. Okay. So I'll still keep this mountain environment. What I'll do is I'm going to build a separate scene. Once this finishes doing whatever it's doing, I'll build a separate scene that is just the stage for them to fight on or for them to exist on. And I can load in this scene or can load in all this stuff onto the mountain scene, and then I can load in the college onto the mountain scene as well, and then screen cap those, and hopefully that actually works. But it looks like I might be stun locked here. Well, at least there's sick beats. I don't even know if you can hear that. Oh dear. I might just want to force a crash, frankly. This is taking too long. All right then. Fun times. Whatever that function was doing, Blender did not like it. Okay. Well, actually, while I'm getting set up, let's do some file management. So that was Cliff Hills, and then there's Mountain Cliffs. I think I'm just going to change that to just Mountain. And then I'm going to resave the template for the actual here. Why can't I duplicate? Why can't I duplicate this? Huh? All right, whatever. Let's just open Mountain Cliffs. Let's save this under a new name. Mountain Mesh. Sure. Actually, Mountain Backdrop. Sure. Now, let's get rid of that other mountain, the Mountain Cliffs, because the name's confusing. Mountain Backdrop, Mountain Cliffs, I can just get rid of that. And then let's open the template, the background template. And this is where I'm going to build the scene for them to fight in. And that should be all I need, I think. Yeah, the mountain path to college, which is where the fight takes place and where they're walking from. Okay, so let's save as mountain path to college. Sure. Let's just be super clear. Okay, how do we do this? So it's a winding road going around the outside of the mountain. I might be just super lazy and just grab some of the rocks and stuff from the previous scene we were working on. Where stairs to basement. It's a V2? I thought I did... Oh yeah, I stopped at V2. That's right, that's right. Caves. Grab a rock. I'll grab this too. Could be useful. Mountain path to college. Don't save. Oh, I need to do some scene cleanup. Let's just paste the stuff in here for now so I don't forget. I'm gonna move the landscape way down. I'll leave the mountains in the background. They can't hurt. Actually, let's move them at the same time. So we get the impression that you're way high up. Cool. Trees I can definitely use. All these more geometric structures, I don't know. I don't think I mean, there's no ceiling. What do I need a ceiling for? Oh, it's so much better. Actually, let's go back to this for a minute. I'm going to keep some of the walls. I don't think I'll need them, but who knows? I might need a super geometric shape at some point. If this is going to work the way I think it does, this might be super fast, actually. Which I am not at all opposed to. I'm going to keep some of the floor, too. Which wall am I going to keep? Keep that middle one, I guess. All right, delete. Boop, boop. There are no curtains in the mountains, so I'll get rid of that. On this one. Looks good. I might use this floor, so I'm not sure. I'll leave it for now. What about front ground noise? How's it going, David? I think you said your name was David, right? How is ya? Front ground noise is absolutely what I'm going to name the stream when I'm actually doing animation. Okay, so going back to my... So, it's a series of... It's like a wall, and it's got a path, and that path is... It's mostly flat, but it's got a cliff face to it. When a winding path. It's going good. Just got out of school 2 hours ago. Big chillin'. Nice. Good to hear. How is school going? You talking college, high school, master's degree, trade school? So another really convenient thing is, oh man, actually this might be harder than I thought. I was gonna say another convenient thing is I don't really specify the background much, but then I just remembered when we get to the actual fight scene, and I won't pull it up, but college, cool. What you studying? Sorry if I asked that before, but yeah, what you studying in college? I'm not gonna show the fight scene because it's gonna take me a minute to dig up the. Well, actually, maybe I have them close to hand, but there are some very specific background stuff going on in the. Oh, here it is. Well, there you go. Let me see. My animator actually put some background stuff in, and we have situations where they interact with the environment. It's also kind of like implied space just by how much they're moving around. So I guess I'll create a path, and then they're just in like a little pocket. What kind of game is the JRPG? Finance. Oh, nice. This is not going to be a video game. This is actually going to be an animation. So it's just inspired by JRPGs. But nice. Glad to hear you're going into finance. That's a stable career path. Not like mine. Mine is not stable at all. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, I hope it turns out cool. Here. Let me get organized. I have a plan of how to do this. So this will be the arena. I'll do a path here. And a path over here. And I'll make them look better later. They come here. They go up here. They get to here. Well, I'm gonna have to hide this in some way. Maybe it's more like this. Yeah. So they're walking along the path. They get to about here. He cuts them off, and then they do the big fight scene here. The college is over there. I'll stub that in with, I don't know, Cube is life, Cube is law. So that'll be the college. Okay, I think I got an idea of how I'm gonna do this. Let me do some quick housekeeping. Oh, I don't have snapping turned on. I should probably turn that on the template. Oh my god. Not by grid, by increment. Alright, can I get one playlist that isn't like just cheesy? I don't know. I'm not feeling this music. Come on, give me something broody and the left side is a bit off. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, this is definitely not lined up correctly. I'm just throwing stuff in. Like I'll obviously like nitpick it and make it better. Oh, now that you said that, now it's going to drive me crazy. I'll fix that later, but I doubt you're getting any good music copyright free. No, I mean, you'd be surprised. I find some decent stuff here and there. It's definitely not anything I would listen to outside of a stream, but I'd be surprised. I'm just like, oh, that's actually kind of catchy. That's actually not too bad, but you're not entirely wrong. Okay, what was I doing? Housekeeping, right. Let's clean this Shaz up. I'll leave the walls there. I might need them. Oops. Wood floor. Think about it. These are the mountains in the distance. In fact, I'll probably move, because all this is going to be the sheer rock wall. So let me move this stuff somewhere else. I'll make them a little bigger. Not that you can even see them. I mean, you'll only be able to see them from this angle, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll just put them over here. Sure. Looks great. All right. Keep the mountains, the trees. I'll keep most of them. Or I'll keep one of them. I don't know if I even want trees on the mountain yet, but it'll be a much easier time. Paneling. What's paneling? Oh. Right. Okay. Let's rename. Oh, it's rock. I already renamed it. Oh, Kirk's on some awesome spelling. Stalactite? No, that's not right. Stalactite. Who cares? Trees on a mountain make some sense, just not regular trees. Those pine trees, I don't know what they're called. Yeah, I think that a tree on a mountainside would usually be like smaller and a lot thinner. Well, actually, no, I think sometimes like larger pine trees could work. Something like this, maybe not. Again, this is all just a template I threw together, and I'm just trying to quickly make different environments. So, all right, how's that look? Probably terrible. Great. I do need to pull this way back, though. Actually, I'll even start it over there. But yes, let's start here. Let's create a new collection, and we'll call it. Let's call it path. We'll put the foundations in there. One hell of a template you made. Pretty well. Oh, thank you. And thank you for using the emote. That's so funny. Nah, the template was a result of a lot of experimentation and just like, okay, I know I want to use, I'm tired of using like the 2D RPG Maker garbage for the backgrounds. So I want to do like 3D backgrounds. How the hell do I do that? So that's kind of where this came from. And I'm just like, let me just figure out how to make a scene look like coherent with the art style, and then I'll take it from there. Okay, so there's a lot of shit in here that I need to keep in mind. The one thing I need to look for is there's this moment where she lifts the mountain she's cracked into above her. Okay, I think I've got an idea for that. But first, let's just get started. Let's just fill out the space a little bit. We're building a mountain. I actually maybe want to make these paths a little larger than I think they need to be. So the path to the college. So they come around the bend. Oh god, I got way too far away from it. Here it is. So it wraps around and then it goes down. I mean, I guess I don't have to match this exactly. But that is kind of interesting. The one thing I don't know is how I'm going to do winding roads. I'll have to figure that out. Kind of like Tomb Raider look when on the side. Oh, you mean the 3D one? Whoops. Are you going to make the drop? I wasn't sure if that dropped or kept going. Might be the angle. Yeah, it'll make more sense as I go, but kind of what this is so over here is going to be all mountainside and mountain face, and then over here will be the cliff. And now it just kind of looks like a distorted Mickey Mouse. All right. We have fun here. Getting sued by Disney. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't even get a cease and desist, like, 6 months later. They just take my stream down, like, right now. This copyright stream has been knocked down by the mouse. I'm not super stoked on this quite yet. Whoa! Let's give it some sense of scale and position. That looks really dumb. You know what I should do? Something like that, maybe? Just give it a backdrop. All this work to copyright free just for Disney to come along. I guess it can't be helped. Yeah. Nah, dude. Disney ruins everything. And it sucks because I have friends who are like in love with Disney, in love with Star Wars. And I've just like, I've seen how the sausage is made too many times. And it's just like, I can't do it anymore, man. Don't get me wrong. Star Wars is cool, but I don't think it's worth all that. Shit. This might take longer than I thought. Fuck. I might be able to get through this in like an hour. But these shapes are a little bit more squirrely than I was expecting. Crap. Let me push this a little further. Let me push both of these back, actually. Star Wars is neat for sure, but not something I'd watch in order. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was definitely cool back in the day, but I think at this point, and again, saying anything against Star Wars for some people is just like blasphemy. But I think Star Wars is like super jumped the shark at this point. Like it's way oversaturated. The best stuff they've made is all in the past. Like the best thing they've made in like the last almost 20 years was Mandalorian, and it was not amazing. It was pretty good. So it's kind of like this is what you guys are like dedicating your entire personalities to. All right, cool, whatever. Yep. So, I mean, to each their own, you know, but I don't know. Disney is definitely a very business forward type of organization. I guess maybe time to hang up Star Wars soon. Well, you would think that from a purely quality standpoint, absolutely. But the problem is, it still makes a shitload of money. Not sure how much story they can milk. I mean, dude, you say that, but they had like decades worth of expanded universe lore that they just took all that and threw that in the trash, and they could easily go back and tap that again if they wanted to. I'm not in love with this yet. I'm not super stoked on this yet. I don't know, man. Maybe this path is just too flat and just feels awkward. Let me try putting some rocks underneath it to ground it more. By the way, talking about bang for buck, I was talking about making one rock last time and just like, oh yeah, I'll get a lot of mileage out of this rock. And here I am using it in a completely different scene. Yeah. And this took me like, what, 10 minutes to make? Though that said, I'm probably going to make a different one at some point. No, shit, I set a keyframe. Oops. I don't like that. I really don't like... Fuck, man. This is not going the way I want. I guess I could extrude down the bottom of this and make it match a little better. Yo, what's up, Obsidian? How you doing? Good to see you. This is giving me a lot of trouble. Currently running on 3 hours of sleep. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Well, why are you watching my stream? You should go rest. Maybe if you take the cliff, maybe if you make the cliff a bit more steep. Yeah. You mean like over here? Can't sleep? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully, yeah, insomnia is a pain, but hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully you can get to Betty Bye soon. Make the cliff a bit more steep. Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just adjusting these rocks, or... How does that look? Yeah, I really don't want the terrain to become too... it needs to be somewhat uneven to be realistic, but in order to make the animation easier, it needs to be relatively flat. Get this out of the way. You can try an angle or just make it a bit further from the background itself. You can try an angle or make it a bit further from the background itself. I mean, something like this. I'm also neglecting the fact that I can totally sculpt these. No, the reason why I couldn't sleep was because of the nausea, because my doctor told me to stop taking my nausea medication for a few days because she needed to run a test. Oh, damn. That sucks, dude. I take it you're not feeling much better then. I'm sorry to hear that. But I hope you feel better soon. And I hope the test gives you some useful insight. Yeah, let me try... Oh, that's not going to work. I mean, that kind of helps. Maybe... No. This isn't... Here, let me very quickly try what I was about to try. Which was... Let's put this back the way it was. Let's... And then what I'll do is... how do I want to do this? I want to break free. Oh, it didn't do it right. Damn it. Faces. Extrude faces. And then... Here, Control A. Subdivide. And one more subdivide. And now I can sculptor. Here, let me actually use the clay brush this time. That seemed to really create a good rock effect. That's kind of working. It does help. It does seem to help. I think also the hard edges between these giant rocks is just kind of breaking the illusion, so maybe that's the next thing I'll tackle. Well, I have another appointment with my doctor tomorrow, so I'll see what the results are. Either way, my morning's been okay. Had some enchiladas for breakfast and just came back from the front lines. Oh, I'm guessing you mean hell divers. I'm like, that's a hell of a morning. But no, that's awesome. Damn, enchilada sounds really good. Enchiladas for breakfast. No, you idiot. Enchilada puff cereal. Let me do some manual editing. B. This is a little better. Oh, let me smooth shade it. That's a little better. I just need to make it all one contiguous surface. I don't think there's anything around it. Oh, God, that's going to be a pain in the ass. Ugh. Well, does it? Here's what I should have done, honestly, off rip. Is I need to get some reference images. How's my day been? My day's been pretty good. Honestly, I haven't been awake that long either. I'm also running on less than ideal amounts of sleep, but it's going okay. I kind of had a bit of a rough night. I had a bit of an existential crisis in the middle of the night, but I think getting to work and like talking and distracting myself is actually really helping. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and join the Patreon. But no, seriously, I appreciate you guys keeping me company, watching me scream at my computer. It honestly does really help. Oh my god, why is it so slow? And for the love of liberty, why is there so much lag? Yeah, are you talking about lag in the stream or with me loading? My stream does seem like it's pretty stable at the moment, though I do have a lot of dropped frames. But yeah, it's also like loading up the images is taking a long time, and I have no idea why. This is super pretty. It's like a bunch of little rocks. Keep getting the loading circle. Oh, that's not good. I am still dropping frames. What's going on? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know why. I do seem to be losing a bit of network stability. I don't know why. Sorry, I will check on that really quick. Got about 10 to 15 up. What? My down is super unstable. That's weird. Okay. I mean, it seems like it's somewhat stable. It just seems like it's having little hiccups here and there. Oh, oops. I don't know what would be eating up my network. If it's really unbearable, if the network latency is really unbearable, let me know and I'll try something, I guess. I'll try to... I really should have reset the network before I should reset the network every time before I start a stream. That's probably smart. Yeah. This is kind of what I'm looking for. And I mean, a lot of that's going to come from minor details. I don't know if I can really accomplish that with the rocks that I have. Well, let me think. I've got an idea. Let me try something. Let's get rid of this. Not that one. This one. How do I do this? Can I get rid of that? That seems okay. Let's go big. Line it up. Let's yeah, okay. Boom. Subdivide and sculpt. Clay rake. Oh my god, this network is bugging, man. I don't understand why it would be... I'm not doing anything else with the network. What the fuck is going on? It must just be... Ugh, that's so annoying. Actually, let me do vertical because it's kind of what I was seeing. No. Is the stream still really laggy for everyone? If it's really, really bad, I might stop the stream, reset my internet, and see if that helps. Oh, set it to negative there. There we go. That's what I wanted. The same thing, but negative. Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to save. I'm going to pause the stream. I don't even know if anybody can still hear me, but here. I'll just put it in the chat as well. I'll say this verbally for the sake of the VOD, and I will type this out for the people in chat in case they can't hear me. But the plan is I'm going to pause the stream. I'm going to reset my internet and see if that helps. But let me send the message, and then I'll do all that. Oops. I'm going to pause the stream while maybe not. Maybe pause isn't the right word. I'm going to stop and restart the stream. I'm going to stop and restart the stream to reset my interwebs, and we'll be right back after. And actually, this is probably a good time to do this anyway, because it's been about an hour, and I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing for this for now. So yeah, I'm gonna take a probably slightly longer than 10-minute break. I'm gonna go reset my internet, stretch my legs while I'm at it. But I will stop the stream. That means it's gonna break the VOD up into 2 different videos, but whatever. But yeah. Well, of course, now it seems stable. Am I still dropping frames? Yeah, let's just be safe, and let's restart the internet. Just to be safe. All right, I will BRB, and I will start a new stream up in a few minutes. Sorry guys. Thank you for the patience. BRB.